Yo, 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 good afternoon, everybody. This is Justin Tao here with YingYang Sports, and I apologize for the wacky episode. It has been a week at Woodward Sports this week, and I've not been able to keep a consistent schedule at all, which really is unfortunate because I really want to have a consistent schedule and really want to make sure that we are showing out for you guys, but it just has not been in the cards this week, unfortunately. So yeah, this is what we got today, and I'm excited to hang with y'all. Hopefully y'all are active in chat at some point. If you're not, pleasure of you hanging out with us. We got a lot to talk about today. First of all, Kerry Carpenter is had a back stress fracture, which at his age of 26 is pretty young to have a back injury like that. I really, really think that there's some level of concern that has to be there. You are 26, and there's an injury history there. David Wright had to retire because of this injury that nagged throughout his entire career. That's just not a world that you can live in. It's just like you have to err on precaution when it comes to Kerry Carpenter now. You can't just rush him back, especially when this season we're probably not even going to be competitive. You have to make sure he's healthy. You have to make sure he takes care of his back. And as Spenmo Rack said on heavyweights, it's a torque injury. The injury. It is a back injury, and when you play baseball, when you're swinging, it is torque, torque, torque. So it's really hard for you to continue at that pace when you are constantly getting back injuries. I struggle with back injuries, and even though I only play college club hockey, I struggle on a day-to-day basis with my injuries, and it's really unfortunate. I hate doing it, and I would rather err on the side of safety than Kerry Carpenter. What is up, K-Guz? Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Now let's jump into some hockey. Florida versus Edmonton is the Stanley Cup final. I was kind of leaning back and forth, but I'm going to go with my gut. So probably just take the Oilers because I'm going to take the Panthers. I think the physicality that they're going to offer, which is what Dallas did not do, is get physical enough, get in the inside, because that's where Skinner really struggles as a goaltender. I really would love for him to get in on the inside and for them to show that they can compete and they don't need the stars, because I'm just so sick of. There's talk that Edmonton's America's team. There's talk that I don't know, the Ken Holland stuff about him, people rooting for him. I don't know. I'm Alan W. I'm with you. I see Panthers in 6. I think that's a very realistic possibility. I don't even know. In my hockey mind, I don't even understand how the Oilers have made this far. They've gotten a few breaks. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they are not complete. They're not, I don't know. But looking deeper though, as well, I will say I underestimated them. They do have very nice PK units. Connor Brown, as a PKer myself, I have the utmost respect for that guy. He is just an absolute dog, and I'm excited for this Stanley Cup final. I can't lie. It's probably the most excited I've been in a couple of years to actually tune in and watch the entire series, because I will be watching the entire series. It's going to be fireworks. There's going to be lots of hits, lots of intensity. I hope that they give a little bit of a bully mentality to McDavid, that we're not going to give this to you just because you're the best player in the world. And I'd love to see it. I hope that it makes good for good TV. I think it will. I think it's going to be a great series. No matter how long it goes, I think just no matter what, it's going to be a great series going down the stretch. Well, I'm going to keep it going, though. It's so hard doing a solo show. I don't want to spend too much time on too much topics. If you guys want to throw in your opinions, I'd love to respond to chat all day. So keep throwing them in there. I appreciate you guys being here, even though it's only Alan W. and K Goes right now. I appreciate any support, for real. But earlier on Wake Up Woodward, shout out, the boys, starting 5, all of them are GOATs. They were talking, because I wasn't there today, about the Pistons versus the Warriors, and that's been a big debate. And I may lose some of you here. I'm sorry if I do, but if the hand check rule is like it is in the current NBA, there's no way that the Pistons would beat the Warriors. If you're telling me it would be defense like in the early 2000s, late 90s, sure, maybe I'll be on board. But as the hand checking has only gotten as more of a has been taken away from the game more so. I think that it would be the Warriors and Jay Cruzan. We're all there. I think we're all on Panthers in 6. We're all on the opposite. I really, but I won't be mad. I can't lie. Now that the Stars are out, there was definitely more. There was more for me if the Stars won. But now that the Stars are out, I think I'm just going with, I want the Panthers to win. I'm rooting for the Panthers, but at the same time, if McDavid gets his first ring, he deserves it. There's nothing that should be tarnishing his legacy because he is truly that good. He's remarkable to watch play. I can't even necessarily believe how good he is, especially watching him in Game 6. He had me in absolute awe the entire game. But I don't see the hand check rule. With the hand check rule being how it is, to go back to that first one. All right, here we go. Alan W. The best argument I've heard for the Pistons is they gave up 79 points per game in their finals, and the Warriors gave up 115 points per game to Cleveland, who wasn't even a big 3-point team. And there you go. I see that argument because there are, sorry if you hear my dog's bone upstairs. They're clanking around. Shout out my dogs. They're awesome. I have a golden lab, English setter, and a beautiful husky for anyone that cares. But to continue with your comment, they are a complete opposite in style. The Warriors want to shoot the lights out of the gym, and the Pistons want to prevent you from shooting at all. And it's more, do you feel like the Pistons are better at defense or the Warriors are better at offense? And it's a really tough debate for either side because there is so many intricacies because it's so hard to compare eras because you can't necessarily get a fair opinion from either side because the only one I know who's on the Pistons is Kool-Aid, unfortunately, and Pete, because I was with Heavies today. They were saying that, I don't know, I feel like it's just a nostalgia factor that plays too much into this debate because no new head who hasn't seen necessarily the most, like the entire 2003, 2004 Pistons era, They don't necessarily know. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. But in the current state of the NBA, it is an offensive league. Boom. Right when I said it, Alan W. hit it. It is an offensive league, and I don't think that they'd be able to just sit and stay and stick on the Warriors for an entire game. And I think an interesting point that was also brought up, we're going to stick on the NBA. I know I don't talk NBA a lot. I do like the NBA, and I do have takes on it. I choose to let, Joel usually take the ropes on it. But since he's not here, I really doubt the defensive ability of Drew Holiday and Derek White in this series. And I'm going to ask Joel about this tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a podcast together tomorrow where we're actually together. But if we are, I think he's going to agree with me. I think we're both high on the Mavs. I don't think that the Celtics, they don't have the dog in them. Jason Tatum is not a killer, and you saw that with Jaylen Brown winning the Eastern Conference MVP. I'm going to keep it pushing because I don't want to spend too much time on the NBA because that was already enough for me, and I hope it was for you, but you can throw some more stuff in chat. But we're going to keep it pushing, as Neil says. And it's so funny because I've been trolling people on Twitter low-key lately. And not trolling, instigating, I'd say. Because, so, there's this guy who constantly posts on Word Sports Twitter. Shout out Brandon's Cats. We appreciate you. Meow. Anyway. And we were talking on Twitter, and it was about the fact that I think Caleb Williams is a turnover machine. Because he was saying the Bears run this division already. At this point. Already run the division. That is from him, okay? You can go check Wilbur Sports Twitter. And I told him, are you aware that your quarterback is a turnover machine? And he literally just said, oh, well, we have the best defense in the NFC. Well, buddy, it doesn't have anything to do with your quarterback. Your quarterback has 1 million turnovers, 20 turnovers in 12 games. That's not good. And I don't understand, with 15 fumbles, how is that not going to be higher in the NFL? It blows my mind. It literally blows my mind that. And then I just troll Vikings fans for the fun of it because I don't got anything necessarily bad to say about the Vikings. I still do love JJ, and but I mean I am there. I'm gonna boo him when he plays the Lions. It's a tough world to live in. I didn't want him to go to the Vikings, but it is what it is. That's the world we live in. That's reality. But I was saying, I was just trolling. I was like, who's throwing him the ball to all these Vikings fans? And they were like, oh, well, he got 471 yards with Mullins at QB. I don't care. I really don't care because I'm just trying to mess with you. And it's funny. I don't know. I just like clouding people now. It's pretty funny. But another thing that I want to hit on is Jim Leland's jersey retiring because I grew up and he was the first manager I remember, and he's this is the era of Tigers that I fell in love with. This group of Tigers was just they were so electric to watch. The bats, oh Prince Fielder, Miguel Cabrera, oh my God, I'm salivating at the mouth thinking about. I know that was at the I don't actually Prince Fielder was Osmus. My bad. But Jim Leland though. Oh my God, he's such a legend. I was so sad. I think that was such a mistake. I was saying it when we fired him. I was like, why are we firing him? We just have no bullpen. It was so simple at that point. And it's just oh my God. Yeah, there's just the Tigers. Now I'm just thinking about the Tigers now. Torque getting sent down. That's just so sad. And I know it's been talked about a million times today, but like in all reality, there's no way you can see inside Torque's head. No one actually knows why he's slumping. Why he everyone can have their theories and yeah, he's changed his mechanics, but everyone changes their mechanics. Sometimes it can lead to an even better statistical season. But it's a gift and it's a curse. It really is. And that's just how the Tigers seem to be living, is just on the edge, never really with a clear plan, clear path for success, and it's really disappointing. And Alan W. is completely right. The Bears' success relies on Caleb completely, and so does the Vikings with how they just paid Justin Jefferson. They are betting $140 on J.J. McCarthy. He has to work out now, or he's going to want out. If you're telling me that JJ isn't working out in 2 years and Jettas won't be gone, I'm going to call you crazy unless they bring in a different QB. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And, yeah, I know. Alan W., I can't believe we didn't win. We had 4 Cy Young winners in our rotation, but 0 bullpen. And that is why baseball is just such a tricky game to be good at, because you need everything. And there's teams that go into the playoffs and they have great regular seasons, but they fall apart in the playoffs because they don't have a bullpen. Dodgers. Sorry. Nasty piece of my throat. Yankees. Oh, sorry. Oh, ooh, I might be coming down with a little bit of cold. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Then maybe I need to clear my throat a little bit. I wish I had some water, but I might choke on it like those 2 teams. All right, we'll keep pushing. Sorry. I do not like the Yankees at all. And the fact that, hey, KG, I can't believe you like the Yankees. I know they're your B team. I cannot believe that. That's a crazy B team. That's even crazier than me liking the Stars. 100%. Liking Jamie Benn would be better than liking the Yankees. I'm going to ask that tomorrow because let's get this straight. I don't love Jamie Benn, like in the way that like you love a B team, like how KG says he likes the Yankees. But if I was to love Jamie Benn and he was like my favorite player outside Detroit, there's no way that liking the Yankees isn't worse than that. No doubt in my mind. 0. But I have a really interesting thing that I got for you here. I'm going to switch to the video capture, so it's going to be very, very interesting how this works. But I am going to live react to Jakub. Oh my God, I do not want to get the name wrong. Jakub Rizvovsky's highlights. The Wings just signed him to a $1.8 million entry-level contract. He is the leading scorer in the Czech league, and I am uber intrigued by this signing because I was asked multiple times, do we have a Johnston in our farm system? And the answer was probably not. But here is someone, because if you are scoring at a professional level and you're leading the league in goals, you're good. I don't care what league you're playing in. Like it's like if he was popping off in the Euro League, in my opinion, in basketball. Like he's gonna get a look. Like he could be electric. He could be another goal scorer for this team, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna switch to my screen share here. Hopefully it works, and I'm gonna pull up that video. Shout out him for his for him posting his highlights, because it's not working. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working on it. All right, we'll just go with that. No, that's not it either. Damn it, it was working before, and now, of course, it's not. All right. Oh my goodness. Damn, I'm really sorry, guys. This is brutal. I thought this would 100% be working, but I guess that's not in the cards today, because I'm not about to just spend time trying to fix my stream live for you guys, because I feel bad. But I will say I watched the first couple clips of it. There was about 7. I'm gonna get that fixed, because I want to live react to that really bad, because I think that's very intriguing. He really intrigues me. He's got really nice grit, and that's for sure. He gets in on the forecheck. The first clip I saw, he backtracks a guy from the bottom of the circle, and he picks the puck up at the top of the circle, comes in, dangles him, beats him to the right side on his backhand. It's an absolutely gorgeous goal. And then there's another goal where he's very spatially aware, which is something that true goal scorers really are elite at. Elite goal scorers, like Ovechkin, for example. When you watch Ovechkin, he's always in that open area. He's always looking to get a pass. And that's what I feel like Jakob's plus side is. He stays open in the slot. I saw some one-timers. I saw some shots from the point. I saw a multitude of good goals. And I'm not necessarily trying to put an expectation on him, but I could see him. I could see him on the wings at some point throughout the season. With what I've seen from him, that's lofty expectations. I 100% agree, but because I know I'm gonna get some of that. But he is so good at finding that space, and that's something you can't necessarily teach. I am not Canadian. I'm a pure blood born American. Okay. I don't know what behind me is giving off that vibe, but this is my Meyer jersey. This is my Meyer jersey. That was my U16 team. Shout out. And then this was when I was in Canada. I got that was for my mom. A gift to my mom. Shout out my mom. But Alan W. Do you think Kane will re-sign? I think he'll retire as a Blackhawk. I 100% think he's going to retire a Blackhawk. There's no doubt in my mind that he retires a Blackhawk. But I don't know if retirement is next year. Okay? I think I'm being pulled more into the fact that he comes back for like a year. He signs a 1 year trying to, play some more competitive hockey, or I could see him going to a contender for a year. I'm not going to keep that out of the wings. I know that's a possibility for him. He's not I feel like he's not out of his window where he can help a championship team. He could be a piece, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind, because you're seeing it. You're seeing it with the Oilers. You just need to score on the power play sometimes. And the Stars, fucking score on the fucking power play, please. But he does that. He put up most of his points in the power play this year. He's super effective. I was glad we signed him. I originally was thinking, I don't know, coming off the injury, but I was pleasantly surprised. I won't lie. And he did want security. He does want security, and that's, I feel like, the only way we keep him. But security might be 2 years, because he's 33 if I'm not mistaken. I'll look it up real quick, but I believe he's 33, and if he is 33, he is looking like he's probably got 2 really, really serviceable years, and then maybe if he wanted to go back to Chicago for another year, he could go back, and it wouldn't even matter because he's just so old, and they won't be good enough to care. Yeah. Hear me, my Blackhawks roommates. I'm sick of your Bedard suck-offing, okay? Let's chill on him. He's great. He's amazing, but he needs years, okay? To the NHL, and you know that, and I'm sick of it. Oh, shit. Kane's 35 right now. Yeah. He's probably, he's got 1, maybe 2 years left of truly competitive hockey. He's probably going to dip, too. And I think the fact he didn't play a full season helped him as well. I worry that there might be some injury risks with him playing a full season. I don't know. I'm not willing to give him a big contract. I can tell you that. I'm not willing to give him over $5 million. And if we give him more than $5 million, I will be so disappointed in this organization, because it's just, I don't know. It's just not. I don't think it's in the cards. I think that we have more important people to sign than Kane. If Kane's gonna want more than $5 million, because that's what I look. I saw him at. It's where I'd like to get him. People are guessing, but their guess is only as good as mine, to be honest. Guessing what his contract's gonna look like, because you can't. Only GMs can truly judge that, because there's the age, the injury history, only playing technically 2/3 of a season. All those factors are going to matter in this number. And sorry about my dogs. And and shout out Patrick Kane. He's the boy. I love Patrick Kane. He's the greatest American-born player to live, except maybe Austin Matthews passes him in the next little while. But that is too early to tell in that regard. Who replaces him in the offense? He was our third leading scorer and was... See, but would you give up Patrick Kane if you could sign someone like Sam Reinhart? I think that's a yes. Because Sam Reinhart also plays defense. What? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm a huge hater on guys who don't play defense. I love Kane, but he is an absolute eyesore to watch defensively. Also, I'd rather have, I can't necessarily say that, because I was going to say, I wouldn't even mind if we just dropped into, replacing him in the aggregate with Nikis and maybe one other guy. But at the same time, we try. Oh, shoot! I had a perfect example. Oh, I'm so sorry. But then you go with that they're not as skilled. They might not be as good on the power play. There's just a lot of factors. But if you're going to telling me there's a future out there for Kane in a Wings jersey, I'm telling you there's a chance, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. I severely hope so. I really did. I really did enjoy him on the Wings. I didn't think I was going to, but I 100% did. And I was really surprised. I was really surprised that I did. And yeah, I was even hating on the signing of my Blackhawks fans. So, I mean, but I want to give a quote from an NHL analyst about Jakob. I'm gonna try the name one more time. Yashavlovsky. That might have been good. Let me know. That might have been pretty solid. The 22-year-old winger is a strong skater with good hands, offensive hockey sense, and can finish from range. There's a reasonable debate on how dynamic he is skill-wise for a 5'11 forward, but he skates well enough to give himself a real chance to play games. So I'd say that's a pretty positive report. His stats in Czechia this year for, this is a name, Billy Tigri Liberec. 51 games played, 26 goals, 20 assists with a +8 rating. He also played internationally in the IIHF tournament, and he had 13 games played, 5 goals, and 8 assists, and that is against NHL level competition. That is just literally players who played in the NHL and got out of the playoffs. There are meetings right now that are going on, according to reports as well, between the agents of Perron, Kane, and Raymond that will be happening within the next week. So there should be some rumors coming out about that, which should be very interesting to dive into in the long run, because I really, really want to see the Wings do some stuff in this offseason that isn't just re-signing guys. I want them to get that out of the way so that they can move towards some of the other stuff that I have. So I'm also seeing rumors. It doesn't seem like we're in on the Mitch Marner sweepstakes. It seems like that's the Oilers and the Panthers, which I can't even believe that the Oilers are even talking about shit like that. How can they even sign him? How is that even a rumor? All right, you know what? I'm discrediting that rumor right here, right now. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. There's no way that Mitch Marner goes to the Oilers. All right, I'm getting off this guy's page that I'm on. All right, if he goes on to the Oilers, I will have Joel smack me in the face with a whipped cream pie, because I actually cannot believe that. Alan W. No Sider. Apparently, there's no reports on Sider yet, but I wouldn't be too worried. Him and Raymond have both come out and said that they want to be in Detroit, so I don't necessarily feel like that's that big of a concern. I'd say it's a concern if we get deeper, closer to training camp, but I wouldn't think that that's that big of an issue at this point. Also, another thing that happened in the NHL, Joe Pavelski retired after he was eliminated in the playoffs, which is very, very sad. A great career for Joe Pavelski. He tortured me as a young Wings fan when the Sharks kept coming to town and beating us. So, shout out to him. Great two-way player. One of the best at tipping pucks I've ever seen. That's for sure. I absolutely impressive at tipping pucks. That's a very underrated skill. I will say. There isn't a ton of things that take. I don't want to say that. There's not a ton of things that really set you apart as a hockey player, because a lot of people can do a lot of different things. But if you can tip, it's so key to scoring goals that people don't realize. Yeah, you're gonna get the goals that are nasty. You're gonna get the dangles. You're gonna get the snipes. But when you really need it, you need the tip and goal. You need the rebound goal, and that's how you build teams. You need to get dirty in those areas. Also, I never stood a chance because of Oilers Titty Girl. And Canada, oh my God, that was so rocking. I was shaking in my boots. I'll say it. I was like, shit, Dallas is probably screwed here. Not what you love to see. Not what you love to see at all. Yeah, Alan W., you're 100% right. There is going to be some a period where right now you're kind of seeing the mix of the prospects not ready yet and the vets on their way out, and I think it's going to be a very seamlessly just coming together at the same time, where it really puts the Wings in a good position where everything kind of gels together. See, that's why I'm not too hung up on signing Kane, because Kane doesn't fit the timeline, especially if he's 35. Like, Joe Pavelski plays a lot more susceptible style to his age, which is why he was able to play for so long. But Kane's getting up there. Kane's got to be one of the older guys in the league now. Definitely not. 35 is not that old, but I mean, he's supposed to be, if he wants long term, he's supposed to be in the league for at least 2 years. I mean, that's gonna be 37 with his play style. He's a big speed guy. He uses his speed, really technical with his hands. I don't think his hands will ever slow down, but his speed is a no doubter. And I don't know. I really wonder what we're gonna do with Kane, because Kane could go so many ways. I'm gonna keep it pushing though. I'm gonna try to come back to the highlight tape at the end. I'm going to do some stuff while I'm talking about this next topic to see if I can fix the situation. But when there was an interesting topic that was brought up on heavyweights, and I want to touch on it because it is so funny. And I think that I love some opinions on this because I didn't live through the steroid era of baseball. But I find it so intriguing. It's actually magnificent. They are absolute animals. They are crazy. I wish that they were allowed to take steroids. Is that a hot take? Because I love baseball. Don't get me wrong, but seeing guys like Parker Meadows struggle to hit the ball out of a major league ballpark is kind of embarrassing. And I'm like Parker Meadows as a prospect. I think he's going to be pretty solid for us. But the steroid era of baseball was electric, and that is the start of the swag that you see in today's game. This is what those kids grew up watching, and you see it with guys like Acuna. Honestly, get well soon, Acuna. I love you. Acuna, Bellinger, Jock Peterson. Guys that are just big hackers who take enormous hacks, who love to put the ball out. Those are guys that fans love watching, and that I think it'd be a second renaissance for baseball. I don't know if that's too far fetched to say, but I could 100% say that you want to make baseball more entertaining. You put the roids back in the game, or if you don't want to do that, because that's honestly not very healthy and not very necessarily a great business strategy, you juice the balls again. Who did not enjoy that season? That season was epic. There was bomb after bomb after bomb. I didn't mind it at all. I honestly didn't. I actually would. I'm laughing too hard. I gotta address this comment. Alan W. Would steroids help Torque? He would have to be able to hit the ball to begin with. Laugh my ass off. I don't know. Maybe it increases his bat head speed enough for him to be able to get around to those fastballs. Who the hell knows? I don't need like I said earlier. None of us know what's going on with Torque. Literally, I can't even begin to guess because I've had the yips before. It's maddening. I still to this day cannot hit a baseball because I have the yips. When I was a senior, when I was a junior in high school, my coach literally completely ruined my swing, and I went into my senior year. I fixed it. I was actually feeling like I was gonna have a senior year, but then COVID happened, and then I took a year off, and then I went back to go play men's league, and I went over an entire men's league season. Granted, I was facing pitchers who used to pitch in single A, but like I faced some guys who weren't that great, and it's actually like I was one of the most frustrating points in my sports career. If you've ever had the yips in anything in life, literally not even just in sports, because you can have them in anything. It is absolutely super annoying. There's no way around it, and it nags on your brain every single day without relent. And Torque probably can't even escape what he feels at the ballpark right now, which is a mental health thing, and it's probably what it is. And I pray that he goes down and he figures it out and comes back up, and he can remotely hit a fastball, because that would be an absolute dream. I can't lie. It is so frustrating to watch our 1-1 get absolutely ripped apart on a daily basis by our city, by the people. It doesn't matter about who it is. And you're right. PEDs may not help Torque. They might not. It could make things worse. It could, because you could start getting roid rage, or the other multiple side effects that affect you emotionally when it comes to PEDs. There's no scenario that necessarily is beneficial for Torque. He needs to just take one. Honestly, I wish they might want to put him on like mental leave before they put him down there and just give him a break from everything. Like, let him go and just relax. I mean, I know that helped me a little when I was struggling, just getting away from it. And I don't know, it's just so sad. I really does anyone really have like let's cut the shit. Does any of you really have like over a B? Like, if you're grading this A through F on faith you have in Torque, do any of you have above a B plus? Because I probably have like a C minus on how much faith I have in him. I don't want to think like that, but I don't necessarily I haven't been shown another way I should be approaching this because of the way that this has all happened. And it's so sad, and I wish Torque the best. And I'm going to talk about the Lions while I'm trying to set up this wings topic. And there was an AI prediction for Lions running back stats. And I find this so interesting. It's by the 3-3-RD team. They have David Montgomery with 194 carries and 945 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns. It's very, very legitimate. Jahmyr Gibbs, 262 touches, 1,578 total yards, 16 total touchdowns. Sione Vaki, I'm going to come back to that. 73 touches, 512 total yards, 5 total touchdowns. Those are the stats, okay? I'm going to Allen W, C+. He has potential and has shown flashes when what he can be. I think he can figure it out in the right situation. Completely agree. You have a little bit more faith in me, and I respect it. I wish I had as much faith as you, but I unfortunately don't. I think that this is a very, 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 very difficult situation to be in for Torque. And to go back to the Lions stats I read, because I want your reaction to this too. 1,500 total yards for Jahmyr Gibbs. I severely question whether or not he can truly put up those numbers. Those are wild numbers. That is a ton. That is a ton of yards. Do I think he could do it? Yes. I think he's got top 5 running back potential. Easily. I think he could easily be a top 5 running back this year, top 5 contributor on this team. There's no doubt in my mind. But you still have to realize there's still going to be a level of 1A and 1B with Montgomery or 1A and 1A. Like they're going to split touches to an extent. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to split touches to an extent because they want to keep the tread off Jahmyr Gibbs. They want him to play out his entire 5-year contract, and then they might re-sign him, they might not. But most of the time, they're not going to re-sign him. And that's okay, because what he is going to do for us this year is he's going to keep this offense balanced, especially if he is able to be in the slot. I don't know. It's so hard to pick the touchdowns thing because either of them could easily lead in touchdowns, especially if Jahmyr is actually going to get those slot looks. If Jahmyr actually gets those slot looks, there's no doubt in my mind how good he could be. I would be so intrigued for him to see. I'm just gassing my narrative though. I love Jahmyr Gibbs and I love David Montgomery. I think that having the balance that we have is just it's something that you severely can't underrate because I'm just gonna speed past. I lost my point. But Allen W, how does Vaki fit in with Craig Reynolds? I think Craig Reynolds is there to be a body. That's it. You drafted Vaki. He's taking reps in training camp or OTAs. You're not. I don't think we're using Craig Reynolds that much this year. I think Craig Reynolds is gonna find his spot on the back of the bench. To be honest, I think he'll get some snaps. I think that he will be a part of the game very, very abruptly and very whenever they think they're going to use him, it's going to be in very meticulous spots. But I think that Vaki gives you just so much more of a physical runner, and I think that is just so much more of an element you need in this backfield. If Monty goes down or if Gibbs go down, because I'd rather have a physical running back that can get those tough yards in a situation than one that will dance and then won't necessarily get the yards that are needed. And I love Gibbs, but you can't forget he fumbled in the NFC Championship game last year. That's not the ball security I'm looking for. I'm looking for to an extent elite ball security. I expect you to be one of the premier players on this team next year. I expect you to be top 3 offensive talent on this team. There's no reason why you should be getting outplayed by, honestly, Monty, A. B, even Laporta. He has more talent than Laporta. Even though, offensive talent. Because Laporta blings so much in the blocking aspect that that can't be overshadowed. So as a player, Laporta probably will have a better season on a total impact perspective on this team. But in terms of just production level and how big of a talent they can be and the game breaking. How can they break the game open when they see open holes? That is where they excel and where I expect Gibbs to really be. See, and then there's J-Mo too. Gibbs and J-Mo are two of the most explosive players I've ever watched on a football field in college. And at Alabama, it was amazing, both of them. Jameson Williams would have been a top pick in this NFL draft. He would have been in his NFL draft. He would have been picked there's no way he would have dropped to 15. Let's put it like that. He was uber talented, and you've been told this a million times. I think that there is so much potential in this team, and I think, like I say, we're only going to continue to grow. We're only going to continue to get better. We're only going to continue to learn about how good this team can truly be. Allen W. He will probably be out there blocking at least. The block he had on Carlton and Tampa was wild. I could see that. I can see him in a lot of two-back sets to block. That would 100% be... I'd be good with that. I don't like seeing him carry the ball. I get uber frustrated when he was in the backfield on the 1 yard line, and it wasn't Monty that one time. I don't remember this specific game, but I was actually losing my mind. I was like, why is Monty not in the game? It was absolutely crazy. And Gibbs maybe more than 5 touchdowns or 6. I think he should add. I'm thinking he should add. He had double-digit touchdowns, or he was close. I'm looking for probably 14 touchdowns. I mean, I'm not gonna be a bitch if he's 13, but I really see him at. I see him at 14, 15 touchdowns, almost a touchdown a week. I think that's a very viable goal for him. I think that you don't necessarily need that much out of him. You could get away with less. There's no doubt in my mind. It's more of a fact if you need to then you need to see it. So I actually got the clips working. So I'm gonna get that set up right now, and we're gonna take a look at Jakob Ries. I'm just gonna keep calling him Jakob. There's no way I know this Czech name. Okay. Image. Okay. All right. Oh, darn it, didn't work. All right, one more try, and then I'm giving up on this for today, because I'm very sad if this doesn't work, because I was really excited to show this to you guys. Oh, here we go. Bet. Oh, there we go. All right. It's a little brutal, but here's him. Boom, in the slot. Bang. See how he found that space? Do you see how he found that space? Hold on. Yeah, there's no sound. All right, bet. Like, this guy's in the corner. All these guys are spread out. He finds the wide open space and absolutely bears it. That is what elite goal scorers do. Let me pull up the next one. Boom. That's him right there. Oh, wait, no, this might have been the pass. I think this is the one where he made the pass. Oh, no, that was him. That was him swinging down the wing. If you see that again. Oh, how do I get to play again? There we go. See, he shows a little bit of speed there, but the biggest thing, he makes contact right there. When you make contact right there and you drive through that defender, it gives you that space to be open. One more time. Okay, gets the pass on the wing. He's got to step on him. He also gets up to speed without breaking stride. And then he bodies him off, gives himself the space. Oh, I'm getting excited. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, here's the next one. Boom, snipe. Look at that one-timer. How quickly he gets that off. Bang! Oh. Wow. You love to see it. I hope this is showing on stream. Oh, it's not. Shit. That's so brutal. It didn't transition. Oh, dang it. I'm sorry. Damn, that's so brutal. I guess I can't get the videos to work because they're not popping up. And that's so unfortunate because I did so much. It was so hard to find videos of this guy. Like, dead ass. Like, it was so difficult. And I know I just lost 3 of you because I wanted to show those clips. But it's okay because that's going to do it for me today. I really wish that video would have worked. It said it was... Oh, okay. Bet. All right. Thank you, Alan W. I'm actually going to show my last couple then, if you don't mind, because there's 3 more, and I did a lot of work trying to find. I spent 15 minutes trying to find the clips of these guys of this guy because he's very hard to find footage of the Czech League. I will definitely tell you that. If you didn't believe that it's hard to find footage on the Czech League, I can 100% tell you it is difficult. Like you'd never believe. There's not much social media content on the Czech League. Boom, yeah, he was in the middle there, in the middle of the slot. Finding the area in between the 2 defenders. Right between where you want to be inside the goal, and that is absolutely electric. So last one, and this shows off a little bit of freestyle playmaking, which is something that I absolutely love, and which he's not known for, but watch this clip. All right, that's not him who has the puck. He is who passes this puck. I believe I got it right here. Boom. All the way down there, quick chip out, lands it on that dude's stick, and then bangs it home. Oh, my God. See, you want to talk about Wyatt Johnston's, and you want to talk about having a little excitement for a prospect? That is some excitement. A top leading goal scorer who's 22, who you could see contribute on this team this year. For YingYang Sports, I'm Justice Ottawa. I just wanted to bring you guys the content episode because you guys deserve it. I appreciate all of you so much for your support. Even if it's 1 of you, 2 of you, 3 of you in chat, I don't care. I love having at least some people who care about my takes and hanging out with me, and that's all that matters. Alan W, don't feel like you spam chat. I enjoyed talking to you so much today, and you kept the show afloat. There's no doubt. So shout out you, shout out Jay Cruisin', shout out Brandon Cat, shout out K Guz, and anyone else who tuned in and wasn't in chat. I hope that you enjoyed. We will get back to a regular schedule. I absolutely promise. I am working on it desperately. It has honestly made me very, very rattled and upset that this is how it has to be, but I just hope that you appreciate the fact that I could bring you some sort of content. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow morning on Woodward, or Wake Up Woodward. Woo, woo, woo.